Hello, I am David with IFS Coatings. I am the Technical Service Manager, and today we're going to talk a little bit about powder opacity and color. And in my hand I have one that is very light, so let me show it from here, and the other is a little bit heavy. Now some of this can be from the actual application, some of it can be a little bit in the formulation, depending on what kind of pigmentation and all that was used in the formulation. Another issue that you can run into is overbake. These products cure at 340 degrees for 10 minutes. If you go past the 100% overbake that IFS typically builds into our powder coatings, then you can start seeing a slight yellowing. So if you start seeing this yellowing, you may have to reduce either the dwell time inside the oven or the actual temperature. In some cases, it can be a little bit of both. Another issue that you can run into is film thickness related. In the case of this one, this is a little bit light. You can actually start to see some of the metal showing through, and it actually starts a little bluing effect. In this one, you can actually see that it's a little heavy. You can also see the orange peel that is starting to appear on the surface of the panel. Now, typically what you want to do is when you apply these products, you want to get your gun to part distance set properly. In fact, what would be a good idea if you can do some parts prior to doing the main work and set up your process parameters. By doing that, you'll have a record of the application and you'll know where you need to send, where you need to set KVs, microamps, the powder delivery, and the atomizing air. Some of the film thickness issues that can occur are usually due to application problems, in the fact that you can have gun spits, you can have gun surges, and typically if you start getting into some of those application issues, you may need to set your powder feed and your atomizing air to make sure that you have a proper mix of powder going to the gun and you don't run into any of the spits and surges. The other thing too is you want to do your maintenance on the equipment. There are wear parts both in the pumps and inside the guns that can wear over time. They need to be checked on a daily basis. You can also run into problems with impact fusion. So all of these things need to be checked. You need to do your PMs. They're typically in the operations manuals of the gun manufacturers. They will have PM schedules. Another thing too is your grounding. You also want to make sure that you do have good grounding and that you maintain your good grounds. Good grounding is a very important issue in powder coatings. For one, it's what allows the powder to adhere to your work, and two, it also deals with how much powder will actually build onto your part. So maintaining a good earthen ground is very important. Having an earthen ground, and if need be, some kind of a secondary grounding probe is always good, whether it be in an alligator clip or some other grounding, or if you have a conveyorized system, you can also have a rub bar. You also want to ensure that your powder is fluidizing properly, because if it starts to spit and surge or you pull a void around the pickup tube, then you'll get a large surge of powder which can cause a coating defect as a gun surge.